Welcome back to Luca the podcast, and here we are in Miiro Borneta in Barcelona, a wonderful space. I'm here with a special guest, someone that is not just a visionary, but it's someone that is a powerhouse of creativity. His name is Giacomo Giannotti. He is the founder of Paradiso, and it's an absolute pleasure to have you here. Ciao Giacomo.
Ciao Luca, thank you so much.
It's a wonderful feeling to do so many things with you, but have you here in front of me for me is so important. Also because I really like to unfold, what's behind the personality of Giacomo. So usually this podcast starts from the beginning. Okay? I know you are Italian. I know you are from Tuscany. Would you like to share with us a little bit how everything started and, how was the living back in Tuscany?
Yes, so thank you first of all for having me. It's a pleasure to sharing with you and with all of our friends and that will listen this podcast a bit of my story. Yes, I'm from Carrara. It's a Marina di Carrara because I'm born in front of the sea. It's a little city on Tuscany, famous for the white marble from Carrara. Okay, and my childhood it was sweet because I basically when I've born my family just opened 1 year before I've born gelateria Paradiso. It's a family shop where at the beginning my parents start. Is a like a tiny ice cream shop, beautiful with all the garden around, basically in front of the sea. And even like our house was like 100 meter from the ice cream shop, so it was basically like during the summer, Marina di Carrara is a place where usually especially in the summer, it became full of tourists, and it's very lively in the summer, and in the winter is dead basically. So especially our summer, I have two brothers as well, so all the family was basically moved into the ice cream shop, and everybody was helping me. So I remember since when I was I don't know 10 around, I was during the lunchtime or the dinner, start to making my first espresso because my dad was making the ice cream in the laboratory, my mom was serving ice cream in the front. My brothers, they are older than me, they were like 17, 18, sometimes they were helping. Now they're helping full time, but when someone is 17, 18,
You are just about, you are there. I'm there, mom, I'm not there,
saltuary helping. I remember, and as well, when you are in this little city in Italy, as well, your local customers, it became like part of your family, so when I go back, we still have the same customers,
the same people.
The same people, I remember,
What did you like the most about the ice cream shop, the Gelateria Paradiso? Like a memory now that you're like, this is like...
The first things then is come to my mind, I get a bit of emotion, thinking about this time is the value that my family give me, because they still working like 18 hour a day. My dad now is 80, is work a bit less. My mom, I don't know how she did. This woman is incredible, but my dad was going from May to September, October, there at 4 o'clock in the morning, and he was closing with my mom at 2, and he was sleeping a couple of hours in the afternoon. And with the power of a Superman, always with a smile, a lot of adversity. In Italy, we have a lot of controversial things in all the aspect, but my dad with I need to in the end of the day to take on a big family, so with the power, with the smile, with the right value there every day, and in the end like the value then they transmit me without teach me by words, but with the work, with the fact, is that, then without without the right value, the work, the sacrifice, but always with a good feeling, and with
Positive.
a positive situation, a positive attitude, you don't achieve your goal, and this is the best thing that my family gave me.
That's beautiful. I can see you getting emotional, and it really transparents this. And I think we can see the hardworking mentality in you. So you were saying about the gelateria Paradiso, and then you grown up there, right? Until which age you've been around in Tuscany?
I was there until 18 and a half, after the superiori, the like high school
Yeah.
in Italy. Then I did the alberghiero, the hotellery school in Italy. I did the 5 years, and even before, in the last two previous summer, I was doing like a waiter job in some of the good hotel around my city, just to to start in the world of work. But after the second season, when I get the degrees, I said, I already knew it. I wanted to be a bartender. I think in the hotellery school, in the third year, I had to choose, and I choose like bar and restaurant instead of a kitchen.
So
Or
has been there the moment that you're like, I want to be a bartender?
I think like when I was 15, 16, I was already very like tired or passion already of the world of cocktails, because I don't know, for many reasons, for the creativity, for the elegance, for the hospitality. I was seeing like the figure of bartender, like yes, then he could mix all these elements, and I really like it. And at home in Italy, I have some paper from exam in my school. Then I already writing like in English some like homework. Then I would say that I want to be a bartender, and I want to travel in London. I don't know why,
You had a
but
vision.
I had a vision at 15, 16. I knew it. Then if I wanted to become, I never imagined where I am now, but I wanted to be a good bartender, and I knew it. Then for become a good bartender, I need to learn English a good level. So that's why after the high school, I said I'm going to London for 3 months, something like that. Even because in Carrara, I don't know, there was like a trend. Then, I remember like 10, 15 years ago, everyone was traveling to London,
If you were not going to London, you were nobody.
You were like, yeah,
You don't
nobody.
count anymore. Don't count anymore.
And I was hearing these guys, they were older than me, couple of years older than me. Then everybody were going to London, and it was too easy find a job. And I was hearing all this cool story of Camden Town, and I was like, oh wow, that's amazing. It's something I wanted really want to do it. So I start to get some information, and then I travel to London. I still remember with like 1 month of like ticket to go and return with a school, because my English was medium bad. Okay.
Well,
Bad.
I mean, my one, it was not even English. Even now, I don't speak. I speak with my hands. Like keep in mind.
And with a school, and I was living in like within a English family, because also I can like learn even quicker. And I say, okay, I heard everyone, then having a job is so easy. So in 1 month, I would find it, and I would stay. Oh, I think I found a job I had 28 days. I found a job the day is 26. I didn't have way. I was going to give the CV to everyone from the coffee chain to restaurants everywhere, but I couldn't find until one of the last day. I say I need to stay because everyone find a job in London. I
Yeah.
can't come back, I need to stay. And I found the job like the last day I could. And I said, it was like a Italian restaurant. And I say, but please, at least for this week, because in London they pay you weekly, until for 1 week, and you pay me so I can pay the house back, and this is how we start. In the end, I ended up stay 4 years. I learned English. I did amazing bar experience, and let's say that London for me very well as a person. There were some very bad moment as well, especially in the first year. Then I really wanted to come back because in Italy I had everything. I had a family that was supporting me. I had a job in the ice cream shop. Then my father was saying, "Look, if sometimes I was calling like crying because it was hard. I
We
did
all
some,
went through that. We all went through that.
I found some job. Then
You
I
didn't.
was the youngest one in the team. It was not the London that is now. We're talking about London 2007, 2012. And I remember be the youngest of the team, the boy, So okay, there is the toilet is broken,
You had to do
go
everything.
and fix it. Or tonight you glass collector in like a party we got in the club. So the roast job they were mine, and sometimes it was heavy, but I said okay. I can't give up. I can come back, and I was sure the things they were changing somehow, and how they did, And then I found a good job in Eclipse Bar in London, in the Old Brompton Road in South Kensington. That was a good change of my career, and then, but I did still there after 1.5 years I was in London. I did 1.5 years of just barbecing because the bartender they had 30, 35, they were with like 5, 6 year experience. And even if I was there since 1 year, they didn't let me go and make a cocktail until when I met, now is my best friend Marco Tagliabue, he's owner of Crepes and another successful barrier in Barcelona. We met, and he told me he was working for this company, BT1. Now it's like a chain in London, but very good on training. And we start chatting, and he told me, okay, I'm working here since few months, but he showed me all the training. He was in BT1, it was amazing. And after a few months, I understand they could give you behind the bar, so I changed. I went to work there for 2 years, and it was very, very formative for me that experience.
What do you think is the best takeaway that you will get from London? Oh, actually, let me rephrase it. Let me rephrase it. What has been the best takeaway from London from 2007 to 2012 when you were there? The most memorable moment for you?
In London, I went through, a different phase. The first one was personally because I had to grow very fast, from 18, always live with my family, never did like a washing machine or, these simple things. Suddenly, you have to pay your bills, you have to take care of yourself. 18, so personality, I grow fast for sure. And then of course it teach me. I think London is still the world's cocktail capital, even with mentality. So I learn how to be professional at work, how to manage different situation. And in London, they teach
Structure.
me structure. In London there is a lot of meritocracy. So if you push, if you work hard, you get, you know. Then maybe in Italy there is not, or in other countries.
We
So
find it
or
different.
maybe it wasn't Now maybe yes.
I think it's still, as you said, like meritocracy. You work hard, you get whatever
But in
is.
London, yes. So I had the opportunity at 22 with BT1 to open a new venue with them, and I was like in-store trainer, basically kind of head bartender. But at 22, I had the opportunity. I knew it. In future, I wanted to open my own bar, so I had the opportunity to open a bar basically with investment of someone else to see how was it to open a bar, how was it going in a bar, then it wasn't even Phoenix to build and all these kind of things.
Do you think that is inspired you to start your own business? Because once you succeed there, then you are like, I can do it for my own.
I think if it's something new, for sure you're making mistakes, and going through this process with a company then had already opened tents already.
They keep you the shoulder safe.
You see a lot of small things. Then after I was 22, I opened Paradiso at 25. So after 3 years and a half, I was already went through this process, so it's helped me for sure.
And from London, to Barcelona. Now you live in Barcelona. It's been a while you are here.
Yes.
You made it one of the most international capital of cocktails. Like making your statement with your bar. But for me, Paradiso is not just a bar. It's much more than that. It's a theater that has a great hospitality experience. There is so much going on. But tell us a little bit, how has been day one once they got you the key in your hands and they said, Giacomo, this is your place?
No,
Take us through the steps.
That's funny because the story is then I won the work class here in Spain the year before, and me and Margarita, my wife, we were already together back in the days. It's already 11 years ago, and we were starting looking for location, and we went inside what's the bar now, Paradiso. And I really like it, that the place, because we were living around the corner, so I knew it, the place. We were living in the same building of Paradiso. Okay, I knew it, the place, the location very well, but it wasn't for our budget at all. It was like 3 times our budget, And then when the stars align, for somehow you believe in something, you really want something, then suddenly the opportunity came like magic, Suddenly I won the world class, and these two Catalan guy, then they were already open a bar in Barcelona, the Confiteria bar. They know I won the world class. They start to come at Ola, where I used to work, and then because of our common friends, they told me then they want to meet me. Okay, and we have a meeting, and they meet me. They told me the position of the meeting in front of my house, and I say, how they know where I live? But it was a pure coincidence, because they say, okay, let's see, will I meet here, because it was just behind the place where they want to show me. How crazy is it? So we meet. I basically go out of the house. We met for the first time, and they introduce themselves, and we walk 30 seconds. We take out the left, and they stop in front of the door of what is now Paradiso. It was a different bar before, and they told me, look, we have the possibility, because of a friend in common, to take this bar, but we don't really want it, because we are more interested in like revival the historical place of Barcelona. But we are starting to be very passionate about cocktail, and we want to do a cocktail bar just if you jump on the project, and we can take this bar. And I look at them, and inside me, and we look with Margarita, and I say, this is not true. They just offer to open my bar with them, a bar that we dream, and it's happening, And then we sit in Gravin, then is the restaurant next to us, and we start the negotiation. And then the week after, it was pretty fast. My dad came, because I was 24 and a half, 25. And I never had a good negotiation with like shares, investment, and my budget was very, very low. And I put my money, the money of my family inside, and it was August. It was August 2025. I won the world class in 2024, August 25, and we opened December 2015. Sorry, 2015. So it was August 2015, and this year we turned 10 years. So
Wow.
it went pretty fast.
So without knowing, just you got the bar that you wanted.
Yes. And
That's
when they give us the key, I wanted to do a speakeasy because it was the year Niger was super trendy in London, and before Open Paradiso, I went to London with my partner, with Margarita. We traveled to Milan, to Paris, to take inspiration. And in my book, in my like agenda, I was like writing that all the speakeasy we were visiting, they were all busy, because it was a trend. And I said, speakeasy in Barcelona, they were, no, there was no moment of speakeasy. It was more London because it was the capital of cocktail. So I say speakeasy is basically means cocktails in the head of customers, okay, because it's related to the speakeasy era. But as well, I had this idea to make like a kind of modern speakeasy. So like a speakeasy, but with like a good and fun music, with entertainment. So like a lovely new style of speakeasy. So that was when they give me the key, I said, okay, let's do a speakeasy. And then with my partner as well, we came out with the idea to make a speakeasy inside the speakeasy. And is where the idea of the secret room as well is coming up. And this was the first like palm idea in making like my style of mixology. Then we were already doing in Atola, so like try to touch all the 5 senses with the presentation, with the glasses, like working the recipe, with the interesting ingredient, try to touch all the sense. So this was the pillars, when we start.
How did you manage to evolve the concept of Paradiso? Because now it's like Paradiso, but then you have Paradiso Lab. I mean, from where you start and now, would you like to take us through the steps? Like how many people?
Yes.
It was 3-4 of you when day one, I guess.
Yeah,
And now how many?
we were 3 people. And it was very different. I mean, the value, they're still the same, but when we open, we were 3 guys in the end. My partner, they had more budget than me, but it was not like a huge investment behind. So we open humble, step by step, and we open in 3 people. I remember first day and the first few months, I was doing everything from setup, prep batches, service, breakdown, meeting, interviews, everything. 3 people, but we get busy quite soon. I remember, I don't know, the first summer we opened in December, and I would say in April, May, June, we would be already 6, 7, because we start to get busy. I remember my flatmate, then we were still living in the same building. He was a lawyer, came here to do like an internship or something like that. I used to call him like, please come down and help me to do the doorman because we are so busy, and this kind of situation in the first month. But that we got structure, and my vision, I always try to be, hospitality. So, in the end, my goal is our guests then come to Paradiso have the most wonderful time. So, from the welcoming, from the service, try to always to be aware of what they like, and, try to create an environment with our music, with the lighting, with the interaction of the bartender or the waiter. Try to create this magic. Then in the end is make a customer stay hours in the bar and have a wonderful experience and create and come back and tell to the friends and and make your bar successful. So from that part and then to the creativity of the drink, always be one of our pillars. So starting from this base, I always build, and with this passion, then as well, it's we were talking before, we have it. Try to always do something more and something more and something better. So from this pillar, it start our voyage, our trajectory, and then I share this to the team, and through the years we build a team, then share the same value and they add in value to the project. So now we have a wonderful team, and the project is get bigger with the lab now, a wonderful lab. Now we are over 50 people. We have a lab manager, we have sustainability manager, we have social media manager in house, and the project is look like never ending. Is
And how important is the lab right now for Paradiso?
the lab,
Because for me, they're not two identities separate. They are like connected. Correct?
Correct. The lab, and as well, the lab project is a project that is always evolving. I had a conversation with the team of the lab before Christmas, and we were calling lab, and I think we were wrong, because in the lab we were making like 70% prep and 30-40% R&D. But for us it was all R&D, so I sit down and I said, okay, one of the pillars of Paradiso is creativity, so let's work creativity as is it. So in the lab right now we have 2 people, then they just study, they make trial, and then they share with the team, and then there is a team that needs do as well R&D, but they mostly do prep. Okay, so let's say then the project of the lab, we are learning, because there is no a manual of the bar, the lab bar. We have manual of cocktail, we have manual of technique, but there is no a manual of how you create a department of creativity in bar. So we learning. We start in every lab 5 years ago, and through the way we always give more space to R&D until November. What I said, and I said, okay, as a business we need to dedicate, as a business, then creativity is important. We need to give budget to creativity, so we put as a business like 2 people full time on R&D, and the result are incredible. Like the result of knowledge then we have at disposal of the team is already crazy.
Because in this way you have the team that executing the drinks at the moment, so they're doing the service.
Yes.
And then you have who is developing the future cocktail menus, idea, concept of the future Paradiso, right? So you keep them both, and that is just like unbelievable. If you can fit the budgets, is a wonderful thing, which is not as you started. You started with 3 people.
So with 3
And
people
look
without
how-
budget, But now we say, okay, it's important for us, yes. Is creativity is the future of Paradiso? Yes. So you need to invest, because nothing coming from the sky. You need to
Nothing.
investment. You need to give to the team the right tools, the right place to work well. And
Can I say as well that what you just explained, he get me to think one thing, and it's like people says, with the budget, I'll buy this machine, I'll buy this, and I'll do that, right? In your scenario, I feel like we get the budget to pay people to study. For me, this is so much, is really valuable, because it's make people think with their brain. The ideas, they come from the head. As you start day one, your cocktail menu, I guess, is start from your own ideas. They didn't start from the budget. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, totally. The time in the end is and the mind of the right people is the
most valuable
is the most valuable things we have it.
Yes,
Totally.
yes. And tell me, one of the hardest moment of Paradiso. you must to have one that you're like, Luca, I went through hell.
Yes, it's to be
You can open
honest.
up and say things you never said before.
No, for sure, for sure. I've been very natural in this podcast, and I thank you. First things that come to my mind is for sure the first couple of years, for sure, because it was really like on my shoulders, like everything, the team, the pressure of the investment, uh, was everything on me, like from all the aspect, from the team, the service, the partner, the uh, the, everything was on me, and I I was lucky. Then the business, you want or not, was always busy, but we had some ups and downs, because it was a lot. It was a lot, and with no structure at the beginning, with very less organization. So we just had to keep going with no structure and try to make the best out of it, but with no sleep, basically, with no day off, with no holiday for the first 2 years. It's hard, and with no structure. So we were making the prep, the everything in a very tiny place, and the team. Then sometimes you hire people because you really need it, but they were not the right one, and okay, you change and you train the new one, and then he's go. All these things all together, it makes very very hard for just one person to handle it. So, if you ask me, I would say, but I had the lucky to Margarita support me a lot in the first years. Uh, my family support a lot, and some friends support me a lot. So I could like handle it,
In the
and
best
then you go through the hard moment, but then suddenly, if you handle it the bad moment, suddenly you coming up, and then when you coming up, you start like the straight head to heaven, and
the straight road to heaven. And tell me this, is it worth it?
yes, of course. Like right now, and then right now, the company, now we are 50 just in Paradiso. Group Confitteria now have more than 20 plus venue, with like a central office that support us in everything. So right now, compared to like 10 years ago, right now is like a passeggiata with a cigarette, still take a lot of time. I work still, I don't know, 12 hours per day,
But
because I want it, but now it's a
I want
pleasure. Now it's a pleasure.
I wanted to say this exactly, that your 12 hours now, it's like fulfill your day. You love what you do. And be connected to your people, to your team, to your place. It's everything, right? In a way,
It's joyful.
yeah, that's it.
Like this morning, I was at the lab, trying something, but in a good environment, with the good people, with the good time, with the tools. It was a pleasure to work. Or in the service, when I'm now, like yesterday night, everything is flowing. It's like an orchestra, where all the instruments are playing well. Then it's joyful working. Right now, 10 years ago, I was with a knife in the teeth, and like going controcorrente, but
Controversial as
controversial.
fuck. I wanna say it like that. You've been controversial as fuck. And I guess all those negative comments or comments that they came across, they really forged you for who you are today as a individual, as a brand, as a bar, as a team, and you stand for that, right? So that's for sure a great thing. He comes to my head, like I want to just unpolish a little bit about the R&D process, because the research and development for you is so key. You have two people that are just dedicated to that, and you have two more people that are dedicated partially on that type of role. Plus you have ideas coming from the whole team, because I know and I see you with your team, like And I have two questions. But before that, I want to say something that I heard from you. I don't remember if it was a seminar. I don't know if you were talking with your team. I don't remember. But I remember that you said a sentence that is stick with me since then. And we're talking maybe 2-3 years ago. And you said, sometimes when you come up with an idea for something, this idea is not understood by everybody. So if you want a glass in a certain way, the guy that is going to do the glass, he will not understand how to do it. But you need to push it through and you need to guide him in the way how to get the glass that you want, because it's something that he never heard about it. And what I'm thinking is never been done before, or if it's done, not in the way that I want it to be done. Right? And I think you were explaining to one of your team. I don't remember, but I remember that you said those words. And I guess it's from here that your creative process starts, right? Would you like to tell us a little bit more like how a concept of the creativity starts and how develop all the way through?
Of course, of course. So first of all, you talk about the team. Then for me is everything. I mean, like there is no one single things I don't share with the management team or the supervisor, or every step we do a Paradiso, we share with the team, and this is so important. And I've learned through to these bad days that we were talking before, then the team is the most important thing is a bar, and me without my colleagues, I'm nobody, and if we want to continue to push to enjoy our work, we need to do together, and this is the only way. So this I learn and it's stick in my mind, and from the people then listen to us. I just want to say, because it's important to give value to the team, because it's the most important things we have in a bar. And for the creative process, creativity is a part of our value of Paradiso. So whenever we do something new, or something we do it, we always try to do something different, something that is not been done before, or something to surprise our guests. So this is our input, So we starting with this mindset. For example, for the menu, we in the last few years we are like getting inspiration from outside the gastronomy, from outside our world. For example, this year the Mystery of the World. So there is like a process of study before. So when you study, you basically you get all this information, and then through your experience in the cocktail, in the gastronomy, you start to deliver the information that you get with your experience into glasses, or color, or decoration, or the service. You start to implement the thing you study, then are related with the concepts, with everything you have to create a cocktail. So the vessel, or new technique, or I don't know, right now as well we working with university, with labs. Then they have approach to as well a lot of more information, so material of the glass, or temperature, or different tools. So you said, okay, I'm studying this concept, do you have something related to this that can help me to make a presentation or a wow factor? And so we get a lot of input, so a lot of discipline as well. Then they are floating around the lab and around Paradiso, and we working together to create experience for our guests.
It's unbelievable. I think the amount of work that you put in, it's out there. I think you are the only one, in a way, that is this massive research, because it's not just the background or the travelings, you see ingredients in the market. I see the perfect balance, okay, in between the technical innovation to the wow emotional factor. That's what I noticed on your drink. And I think, I don't know how you do it, but every serve it's perfect on that. It's really well balanced. And I guess it's as well a lot of research that has been done. One of the last things that I think you showed me was about the citrus, right? Would you like to tell us a little bit about?
Yes, this is the citrus work we did. It was a part of the R&D study that we are doing right now. Then in November, when I decided to we were talking before, not to add more budget to basically do the lab as for me we have to. So if it's R&D, we have to do R&D. We cannot do prep because it's prep, it's not R&D. So I say to the guys, okay, we are always want to do too much, we want to always do menu, but let's stop a little bit, let's breathe, and let's like see the element, the ingredient we use more in our cocktail, but then we never deep inside, and we start to talk like a reflection, and we say which are the ingredients when we use most in the drink. And the first was the ice, because the ice we basically use for shake, for chill a drink. We use, let's say, in all the drink, the citrus as well in a sour or in a we know the sugars part, the spices. So we write down the 5 or 6 element, then we use it in almost all of the drink, but we never stop and study really deep. And we start, and with the team of the lab say, okay, research for 2 months the ice, and we went through from the historical fact, from where the first ice was introduced in the world of beverage, to how the molecular of water they are composed of, how if the water you freeze with liquid nitrogen, how is it, and then how is the react this ice in like a liquid so we did like 30 experiment, and then from that experiment we came out with couple of drinks. Then they became like the cocktail we did in Taos, then have a little leisure of house, the cocktail we did in South, the snow, and the super cooling. So it's a cocktail with 4 shape of different ice. So from 2 months of research, they came out 2, let's say, masterpiece for Paradiso, so without having a concept crazy like the menu, with a deep research. And then we have this knowledge, because after this research, the team of the lab did like a document with all the picture, all the temperature, everything right. And then when we will do the menu, we have this knowledge. The same with citrus. Okay, so after the ice, we went to the citrus, say, okay, how many citrus we know? I don't know, 10, 15, and then we start to discover. Suddenly in Google appear this foundation, is called Vicente Doli Foundation, is they stay close to Valencia. Then Vicente Doli is an amazing guy. Then his goal in life is preserving the world citrus. And in his farm is having 489 different citrus,
Unbelievable.
and all like natural, biological, ecological, with an incredible fragrance, taste, incredible. And we try so many different crazy ingredient. We try an ingredient together. It was this Timur grapefruit, then inside it was taste like seafood. And
I
this as
remember,
well.
yes.
And we start to use like some citrus for peeling, some citrus for the albedo, some citrus just for the citrus part inside. And as well, from knowing then existing like 15 citrus to 500, and that he told me, you are the first cocktail bar, then visit us. As a chef, they came Alberto Adria, Fernand Adria, some chef from Valencia, but nobody from the cocktail world. This make me reflect like how much we still have to learn, even in a world, then we
have access to everything.
And then we think we already discover everything, because ourselves, even at Paradiso, we say, like kind of frustration, everything is already invented, how can we invent? And then when you discover this thing, you said, we still have too much to learn, And now we just finished 2 months research on sugar. with the same things we were thinking. Then we were using like already a lot of sugar, and we were knowing like I don't know, 7 or 8 kind of sugar, and we discovered already with 2 months of research, and it's very deep as well, the world of sugar. We already discovered 30 plus different kind of sugar. Some of that they have the potential of sweetness 400 times more than the normal sugar.
So those things you only can know if you really do a deep research. Sometimes we just stay on the surface because it's easy. Oh yes, it's sweet
easy
and whatever.
because we don't have time.
We don't have
because
time. We need to run.
we
But
go
what you're doing,
superficial.
it's like massive. And I feel you that you are not just about cocktails, because your sense of being part of your Paradiso, because that's what it is, like you creating better systems. And when I say creating better system is because being in Paradiso and living Paradiso inside out in many aspects, as you know, I find out that you are extremely not passionate, but you really believe that a better sustainable system can be applied to bars, right? And the concept of trying to be as close as possible to be sustainable. I think you've been one of the pioneers, as you just mentioned about the citrus. Would you like to tell us a bit more about Paradiso and sustainability?
Yeah, so sustainability, it's a big word, but it's bringing me back to the base. I think my passion is coming back the value that my family give me, and when I open the bar and I see all the system that is behind how much trash we use, or where all the product coming from, or how much glasses, bottle glasses, as we use pre-batch, we throw without any sense. It's really like impact me, and I said, okay, I own a bar, I own few bars. I have to try to make some change because I can, because I own and I can make decision, okay, on my little part, but I can, and since when we open, we started, I remember back in the days 10 years ago with the elimination of plastic straws, and do little by little and try as well to tell to the team and to share to the team this value. And then this journey is bring us finally, like in the place where we are today. Is take us 10 years and collaboration with a lot of people. Then they teach us the way and the improvement then we need to do. And right now, when I talk about sustainability, I talk about 3 aspects of the sustainability. But the first one, then sometimes we forget, but is the most important, is the human sustainability, because we're working in the hospitality industry that is made by people. So from treat well your team to include in your team people then maybe can have some disability, and with your system you can include these people. We have Pedro in our team.
I love
yeah,
him.
he's autistic, but he's help us doing setup. He's give us a great help manually, but I think the most impactful help is his smile. He's talking with everyone, and he's I don't know, he's good vibe.
He is. I'm lucky enough to know
yeah.
him, and every time he comes, he's introducing himself. He gives you like that electricity when you talk to him. It's beautiful.
So we give him the opportunity to come to the team. We give him a job and give back to us, like the good I don't know, vibration is feel joy your hair, then is
Yes.
priceless, right? So human sustainability as well, community. Right now Paradiso work with, I don't know, local artist, glassmaker, ceramist, farmer. It's all about people, so if we grow, if we order more, these guys as well, they grow in. We present them with the sustainability summit. They were all them, and in the end, we create community, so this is important. Then we talk about product. So right now we're working with a lot of small micro farmer. They are part of the family. They came to the lab. They sometimes stay there with us, eating with us. They tell us how it's going in the land, because they work in the land. So now is hot is coming. So the farmers say now it's very hot. We have this. So you create a community, and you get like local and seasonal product. And then is very important. And then when it's about waste, we as well in our lab, and we collaborate as well with some business that are specialists in reuse, like plastic or other material. Then they're convert in coaster or in tray, then material merchandising, then we can reuse in the bar. So minimize the waste.
That's so incredible, because you're giving a second life to something that is
To
being
the trash.
discarded. So fantastic. And on the top of this, I mean, like, because you are not busy enough, and you don't spend much time following your dreams, you also start your summit, right?
Yes.
3 words to describe the summit. Only 3.
This year was amazing. 3 words to describe the summit. I think create awareness in the industry could be the first one. Community in Barcelona and in Spain. Awareness, community, and as well like what we're doing is a cocktail fest in Barcelona. So getting closer the cocktail art, the cocktail beauty to the final customers.
It's incredible, because you turn your bar into the hub of the best cocktail bar in Barcelona. Internationally, it's a destination place. Like, you need to pop by. You want to have a great experience, you pop by. But you are molding your team from your bar to the lab, from the lab to the summit, and are the same guys working and collaborating on all those projects. So they are not like how we say with the paraoke, they're not looking one direction only. I'm not a bartender and I'm only a bartender. I'm a bartender that can be on the floor. I'm a bartender that can work in the lab. I'm a bartender, like, there is so many things. How do you choose your team? Like, what is essential for you that you see in a good additional members of staff of your team? What's the characteristic it needs to have?
It's true, because in the end, for me, be a bartender means many different things, not just making cocktail makers, So we need to have a lot of tools, not tools. We need to have a lot of like ability, to be a bartender. What we look in our team, the first things are the personal attitude, because everything else you can learn. But if you don't have the passion for the hospitality, for bartending, the hard working, the like be with the team, we be with other people. So this thing, the attitude, these things, or you have it or you don't have it, So these things are the base, and then everything else we shape, like becoming a bartender at Paradiso. It doesn't take less than 1 year. The training is quite hard and long. You need to go through. You need to be part of the team, and this is go between 8 months to a year. So, but if you have this quality, you survive, let's say. If not, there is no your place.
I can see. And you have Paradiso, you have Galileo, you have Monk. How do you manage your energy to run those 3 businesses, and then on the top do all the other things that you do? Because at the same time, like, you travel the world quite a lot.
Yes.
Exporting whatever you do here, everywhere. You showcase what you've been doing. How do you manage?
Like you, Luca. No, we are like a dreamer, and no, we love what we do, and as well, I'm very lucky to have a great team and to be surrounded by people uh, with the same passion as me. So having a team, as we were talking before, permit me to evolve myself, and not just to be focused in Paradiso and work behind the bar, but as well to do other things, still maintaining the level of Paradiso. So Paradiso, in the end of the day, is my baby, is my project, is he have a personal as well like affect in it. In Monk, I'm there to help and to do feedback and to try to help in any way, but is managed by Giorgio and he's have his team. So I'm not involved a lot in the operative, even if I pass there almost every day to say hi, because he's as well, I'm lucky he's close by. Galileo as well, but he have his manager. And as well, Paradiso Dubai and Paradiso Ibiza, I took follow up, but they run by their own team. So I'm present 100% in Paradiso. That's yes, because as I told you, is my personal project. But the key, I think, is the team. If you have the team, you can evolve and you can grow, and as well you can grow with your team. The team as well is growing because you delegate, and the people then have value. They can grow with you, and there is no better satisfaction like Gabriele just won the world class the other day, and
Bravo, Gabriele.
I'm
Bravo, bravo.
I'm the happiest one, because I see Gabri came to Paradiso. He was 18.
I felt really proud as well when I saw it. I was like, "It's my boy," even if it's not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
I felt
see,
like
you
it's part
see,
of me.
you
Gabriele
see,
number one,
you see
bravissimo.
someone, or Fede, or everyone,
Everyone.
that are in the team since few years. You see, their evolution with you, and there is no better things to see. I think it's adding more value to my work in this case, because you see then the value a little bit, the road that I show them is the right one, and they are as well achieving their goals, and there is no better things than achieving my goal, they are achieving their goals, and together as well we're achieving our goals. So we are all happy, and we all like pushing, but we come back at the beginning, then without a work sacrifice, we cannot achieve our goals. So
I
there's no secret,
I totally agree with you. And I've got the last question. So what's your next dream you are chasing?
My next dream, to be honest, is very easy and very humble, to continue to have this flame, this passion inside me. And right now, with the R&D project, then we talked before, it really like fire, implement this flame, this passion that I have inside. So I think like try to to study, to development, to do R&D, and to like share it as we do it now is pleased me a lot, and I think I really want to continue focus on that right now, because I think if I can add a little grain to the industry, with our study, with our discovery and develop, I can be very happy. So
Fantastic. And what would you like to leave to our community as an advice, as a quote, something that is really resonating with you, and would you like to put it out there?
um,
You can
you
tell
know
me or you can tell it in the camera as you feel.
simple things, but strong, like the value of the respect of the other, of the people in the industry, so respect in general, work, study, sacrifice, always with a smile and with a good vibe, but there is no other way to to achieve your goal and to stand up in this industry and be successful in a kind of way, successful for be different things, but to be satisfied and to achieve your goal. I think with respect, be humble, aim your goal is there is only this way. So there is no secret, there is no book of secret how to be like a successful bar owner or bartender or person. You just need to work day by day, study, investigate, learn, be in a community, learn from the other, respect the other, and day by day do for many years. This advice, they will bring you where you want to go.
He wanted to tell you, never stop dreaming.
Exactly. Grazie Luca.
Oh, what else I can say? Sei il numero uno. Grazie.
Grazie a te.
Grazie, belli precisi.